Oh, right. I want to talk about my my journal. My other video I was going to, and then I got onto this really good kind of thing that I wanted to teach about. I'm changed my cover already, because that was one of the things I was going to bring up about perfectionism and stuff. I decided when I was doing these journals, I wasn't going to be perfect. I was just going to, it was more important to do the action and the goal. And you know what? I'm going to change it about 1,000 times anyways, and it's going to evolve, so I just wanted to do it. So this is my Fuck It Bucket journal. I have everything in here I created myself, and I did myself. This is a little bit on the first pages. It explains what the Fuck It Bucket is. It explains how you can create and make it, and that. And this is a really cool exercise, reflection. When we get into our ego and that, and what I mean by that is, like, and on this page it says, my ego said, I got a little bit of a chubby tummy. My ego said I got a little bit of redness in my face. Some people make fun of you about that. My ego says I'm not as smart as some other people. My ego says I'm not as pretty as other girls. My ego said, and you just do this whole list of my ego says. And you'll find out when you do that, those are limiting beliefs. Those are things that you're holding on to. And then what you do, and I have a little bit of instruction, after you keep writing all of those things that you think are limiting beliefs, are things that you don't like about yourself or whatever, you write them all out. And if you actually email me or send me a message, I'll send you the PDF file that has this. So if you didn't want to, write in your journal, or just use this as a reference and use it on Notepad, because it's full moon. I'm very excited. It's a full moon in Pisces. So I'm going to write my letters and things like that, and I'm going to burn them tonight. So I do that a lot. Then after you write all the things of your ego said this, your ego said that, then you write my spirit, which could be your spirit, your soul, your higher self, your essence, your true self. You put in there, my spirit says I'm very loving. My spirit says I have a giving heart. My spirit says I'm beautiful. My spirit says I am smart. And you write all of those things, and you will see really, really fast what your limiting beliefs are, what things you need to heal and work through. Then it gives you a little bit of instructions on how to make your own Fuck It Bucket. And there's basically, I have a course on the Fuck It Bucket. I put it in this journal in here. Then you got this one, the following, the Fuck It list, right? Fuck it. What others say about you. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? You cannot control what other people say about you, what they think about you, and how they perceive you. It is what it is. I've really learned that in all of my years. I think over this last, 6-8 months, I've never had people say the things that they've said about me and how they've perceived me. And I mean, it's their triggers, their response, their hurts, whatever. The way that they have described me is, I don't know, gobsmacking kind of thing. And you know what I do in those moments? I'm not taking it on. I'm not owning it. In the fact of the way they perceive me. The way they perceive me is actually a mirror. It's themselves, what they're reflecting and what they're not dealing with. But this is how I do it. And right or wrong, this is how I deal with it. When somebody describes me in a certain way, and that I sit back and go, okay. First question. Is there truth in what they're saying? Okay. And journal it and be honest. And you know what? this is why I have a couple of advisors and a couple of people that were absolutely loving. I trust them and I honor them and I respect them. And they don't go down the rabbit hole with me. I ask them, when this person said this about me, is there some truth to it? And you know what? They love me enough and a lot. They're honest with me. They tell me, yeah, Melina, you can be like blah, 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 or absolutely not. That is not who you are. They will, they will be honest and they will tell me. My next thing that I will do is ask myself, okay, what could I have said or done that would make somebody think that or say that? I ask the questions because I want to be better. I also take ownership and responsibility that if somebody can come into my space and treat me with such disrespect or rudeness or spitefulness or anger or hurt or whatever, that somewhere in my space, in my experience, in my past traumas, I've experienced something that is still in my space, because you don't experience things that aren't in your world. So then I ask the next question. Okay, why would somebody say those type of things that are hurtful, let's say for an example, that are hurtful, and be in my space? One, it's because I didn't take care of me first. Absolutely. I put others ahead of myself. Okay. I didn't withhold my boundaries. Okay. I can take ownership in that. I seen certain behaviors and seen certain things happening to other people that I didn't agree with and didn't like. Sometimes I spoke up. Sometimes I really spoke up and defended those other people, but it didn't change the behavior. So I'm sorry. If there's people in your world that are doing things to other people and you're not standing up or changing it or making a change to have it stopped, you are now participating in that behavior. And the sad part about it is I participated in that behavior until I realized I could no longer participate in that behavior, and it's wrong because it was hurting people. So I allowed it in my space. So then you get affected by it. It's one of those things that Brene Brown says, that if you do not have your inner circle and your negotiables and all of these different things written down, you'll end up participating. It'll come into your space. My other mentor coach that I absolutely love and adore and respect, she's not perfect, but I love and adore her, and she's priceless to me, and that's Carlin Ray. She also taught me that when things happen to you, it's because it's a lesson that you need to learn. You've allowed it into your space, like law of attraction. So I'll give you this example. For many, many years, and everybody knows, I'm a single mom by choice. I chose to be. Certain things just didn't work out in my relationships. So I became a single mom. And there is more than one dad. And I'm okay with saying that now. Many years ago, everybody kind of, treated you like, it was horrible or whatever. But anyways, people up until, and it was so funny because I had a coaching client about, 6 months, a year ago, and we were talking about it and I had an aha moment. This actually shifted for me. Years ago, raising them and that, and most of my kids all had blonde eyes or blue eyes, blonde hair. Like all my kids look similar to me. Even some of my grandchildren look like me. Anyways, when people would see my children and stuff like that, oh, how many children you have? What's their name? Blah, 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 all, the normal questions they ask. The first question that would come out of people's mouths, oh, all from the same dad? I started to think that was just normal. That people just normally would ask this question. And it wasn't, because a lot of people don't ask people that question. I used to also think it's kind of rude. I don't go up to married couples and ask them if they had sex last night. So why would you ask somebody if there's, different parents, blah, 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 blah. And now, there's way more blended families and stuff. It probably almost flipped around. Like if you've been married for, whether you're happy or not, but if you've been married 30, 40 years and all had the same, children together, that might seem a little odd now. But up until probably about the last 5 to 8 years, I would always be asked, and it would bother me, like, when, oh, more than one dad, kind of thing. And sometimes it'd just be a smart ass. After a while, when it no longer hurt or made me feel ashamed or embarrassed or sheepish or whatever, of all those kind of feelings of feeling damaged goods, that I would be a smartass. And when people would turn around and say, oh, are they the same father? No, I borrowed somebody else's vagina. Like, I'd be a smartass, and then they'd be like, realized how actually rude and disrespectful of a question that was, and how inappropriate and very, like, personal and private kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, I'm out and about, and I'm, maybe share pictures of my kids, or I have a couple of my kids with me, or grandkids, or whatever the case may be. And people are like, oh my God, how many children do you have? And I would say, oh, I have 8. I have whatever, name my kids or whatever. They stopped asking me that question. And I hadn't been asked that question for many years. And if something doesn't happen to you, you don't notice that maybe it is happening. Well, all of a sudden, when I was talking about it, I realized I haven't been asked that or had somebody make that comment to me. And you want to know why? Because I healed the trauma, the pain, the hurt, the whatever stigma, the shame, the damaged goods, the whatever label you want to put it, was healed. So it was no longer in my space. It was no longer in me. And it was healed to the point, which is a really cool moment. I'm on vacation right now. And as you're going to hear, my granddaughter is coming to find me. See, this is raw and in the moment. There is no fake about me in that sense. That is just a side note about me. You will see me with makeup, not makeup. If you see me with any filters, it's because I'm just being goofy and fun and just enjoying it, most likely with my grandchildren. Hi, Sophia. Hi. Come and say hi. So my little one, Sophia, is coming. So we'll make this kind of quick. Anyways, what is really cool, we were in the hot springs in Fairmont a couple days ago. And my one granddaughter, Scarlett, and I are walking in. And I'm gonna boast this one because I'm really excited about it. I look pretty good for my age, I think. I'm 53. I have no problem telling you that. We're going into the tub, or into the pool, and there's a bunch of people sitting there, and they're like, oh my God, your daughter is so cute. How old is your daughter? And I stopped for a second, and I said, well, she's 4. And I go, well, actually, she's my granddaughter. Really? I would have thought she was your daughter. So I just kind of chuckle. But that's what I mean. It's been reinforced because it's not in my space of how many dads, or is that your child? Is that not your child? Where did you get that child from? So it's healed and grown from it. So it's kind of cool. That's just a side note. Anyways, so there's some questions here of, what, these are all the things that you need to let go of. Throw it in the fucking bucket. Get rid of. So I'm just going to read a little bit of the list. What others think about us. Give and take. Not feeling appreciative. Emotions. Other people's reactions. Your controls. Judgments. So you write all the things on the list. What are you going to fuck it? Let go of it, right? Then on these sheets, these are a couple of journal pages. What you're going to let go of. So write out all of the things you're going to let go of. This is my joke one, because I have a funny sense of humor. Who's going to go to the train station? Oink, oink. Who's going to go to the pig farm? There's some people in your world that have upset you, hurt you, made you mad, whatever, that you need to let go of. You need to write their names down. And this is not to wish them harm or anything like that. This is just acknowledging that this person has upset you, hurt you, or whatever. And you put them on the list and you just ask for the divine, the universe, your higher self, whatever. It's a process to let it go. Now, this here, unfuck yourself before you go batshit crazy. So these are the things that you're going to write on here of the things that I need to let go of, right? Let's say shame or hurt or anger or upset. You write it on this list and then you burn it. And there's a whole bunch in here of stuff. And two, if you email me or send me a message, I'll send you a PDF file so that if you didn't want to rip it out of your book and burn it, or just write it on a piece of paper, that works too, and just write it. So anyways, this is the journal, and there's some stuff on here, things, what I know right now in the moment. It's some extra little principles and tips and things like that. A lot of the stuff that I've learned over the years. And then I'm so grateful that you have it. And it's very exciting because there's a brand new cover that is way more like me that I like. This one is like, stars and moons. I like it too. And then all of these quotes I actually wrote myself. And yes, those are my shoes. That is my tattoo. This tattoo has meaning. It is an infinity symbol with a heart, and it was for my brother, and it's actually on my leg. So yeah, so this is the Fuck It Bucket Let Shit Go journal that I wrote, and it has the course in it. So I hope you enjoy it, and you can find it on Amazon. And when the new cover comes in, because I ordered some, I will show you pictures. Enjoy your day and let go of whatever no longer serves you.